Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
ChatGPT.
Sam Altman. OpenAI.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
At any point, Microsoft could cut off OpenAI. I am the reason OpenAI exists.
GPT-4 is a tool, not a creature.
Can you speak to what Q-Star is?
We are not ready to talk about that. There's no one big magic red button we have that blows up the data center.
Why should we trust you?
Most people were silent.
You shouldn't.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Sam Altman is a part of the most talked about company in the world.
OpenAI.
With drama between OpenAI members, the firing of Sam Altman, and talks of superintelligence, OpenAI can seem like a huge bubble about to burst. But to fully understand how this conflict appeared and why just 2 years ago nobody ever talked about AI, but now it has become a global concern with everyone on their feet trying to contain it, we have to go back all the way to 2015. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are at a dinner table and are discussing concerns about an AI that surpasses human intelligence and we lose control of. Elon Musk had tried to warn Google CEO Larry Page of this AI singularity that was coming.
Larry Page and I used to be close friends, and I would stay at his house in Palo Alto. He really seemed to be one sort of digital superintelligence, basically digital God, as soon as possible.
Page wasn't concerned, and so OpenAI was born. To be a fully open source nonprofit to compete with Google's closed source for-profit. With Peter Thiel and Reid Hoffman's funding, the company amassed $1 billion to build a safe AI for the future of humanity. Once OpenAI was now in the public space, they recruited someone who would later change the future of the entire company, Ilya Sutskever. Ilya was one of the most sought-out talents in AI at the time, and was being recruited by almost every big tech company, but chose to join OpenAI as he believed the open source nature would make it so they wouldn't lose control of the AI. All the pieces were in: funding, the best AI researcher, and the best leadership team. It took OpenAI 3 years of releasing papers, open source frameworks, and other ventures to release the first version of its revolutionary technology. And so, GPT-1 was born, which was trained on 7,000 books worth of text, followed by its predecessor, GPT-2, trained on more than 10 times the data. After this milestone, GPT-2 could finish complex sentences and translate anything. But even with all the funding they had, OpenAI was still unable to create a model powerful enough to become super intelligent. Elon saw this struggle and wanted full control over everything. So he proposed merging with Tesla so they could become a for-profit to increase growth. However, Altman and the board did not agree of Elon taking full control. And so Elon Musk left OpenAI in 2018. And now the company of the future was all in the hands of this man, Sam Altman. Shortly after Elon's departure, in March 2019, OpenAI became a for-profit company and would no longer be open about what they were doing. And here marks another important date, May 28th, 2020. GPT-3 had now been released, and despite it being 100 times better than anything before it, nobody even noticed it, as it was only accessible through an API. But this sparked one of the greatest ideas in history. Sam Altman proposed that to further profit and growth, they should make a consumer interface for anyone to use GPT-3.
It's called ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, the biggest product launch in the history of the world. 1 million users in just 5 days. Everyone was talking about it because everyone could access it. OpenAI now owned the world. Was this the peak of AI for the next decade? No, because the next Oppenheimer was just getting started. March 14th, 2023, GPT-4 Day, the day that Sam Altman and OpenAI had changed the world again in less than 5 months. But it also marked a realization in the minds of everyone in the world. What if this keeps getting smarter? Oppenheimer created a weapon that changed the course of history by making it possible for one to destroy oneself by using it. After the bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the development of nuclear weapons never stopped nor slowed down. As Oppenheimer feared, he created a point of no return. He always had the best intentions and was in control all the way up until the testing of the bomb. But as soon as that bomb shipped from Los Alamos, he lost all power. OpenAI, just like the bomb, kept getting better with new capabilities coming every month. The ability to understand images, search the internet, even speak to you like a person.
Hello, Oppenheimer.
And they weren't the only ones. Google was building models just as fast, and there was a huge spark in hundreds of AI companies competing in the new technological arms race. Sam Altman saw the concern of these drastic improvements in such a short period of time with these AI models, and went on a bunch of podcasts to share that it is a tool at the moment and not a creature.
I think it's very important that we keep talking about this as a tool, not a creature.
November 17th, 2023.
Sam Altman is out as CEO of
Sam Altman
OpenAI.
pushed out of OpenAI.
Sam Altman was abruptly fired on
The
Friday.
unexpected firing of OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
Sam Altman was fired by Ilya Sutskever, the genius behind the curtains of OpenAI, who has always been Sam's right-hand man when it came to developing the technologies at OpenAI. So when it was said that Ilya was the reason Sam was fired, it raised a lot of questions.
What did Ilya see?
Q-Star, a technology that Sam Altman will not publicly disclose,
We are not ready to talk about that.
which is one of the main things that scared Ilya into firing him in the first place. That, along with poor communication and safety concerns between him and the board, was the reason Sam was fired. After the atomic bomb, Oppenheimer faced accusations of his patriotism by Louis Strauss and was completely removed from the public scene, following the revocation of access to classified U.S. information. Similarly, Ilya Sutskever showed concerns about Sam Altman's entrepreneurial approach to OpenAI, with Ilya believing Altman was driving for profit rather than the safety-first facade he was presenting to the public. Both men, despite their significant contributions, were sidelined due to the perceived risks associated with their work. Even with this desperate attempt by Ilya to put the genie back in the bottle, everyone was on Sam's side. And following his departure, 700 of OpenAI's employees, including the CTO, Greg Brockman, threatened to leave the company. And with this massive loss of employment threat, the board had no choice but to just days later reinstate Altman on November 29th as CEO of OpenAI. Ilya then left the board, and with him gone, it allowed Altman to continue the march towards safe AGI. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, an AI that knows everything about every person and can perform anything a human can. Sam Altman believes that this is the next technological revolution that will benefit all of humanity. He claims that it will only take the jobs that are repetitive, freeing people to engage in more creative and fulfilling work. Just as the atomic bomb had great benefits, it also caused catastrophic harm that scared Oppenheimer for life and made it possible for the world to end at any moment. Elon Musk, along with many others over the past few years, have realized that AI is an existential threat to humanity. An AI system that is the spitting image of a human with all the knowledge in the world combined is impossible to predict what it might do. But all there is to say is no movie has ever portrayed a superintelligence without a threat to humanity. 1951, Intelligent Machinery, A Heretical Theory, a paper by Alan Turing. Even 73 years ago, when AI was first discovered, Alan Turing posed the question.
It seems probable that once the machine thinking method had started, it would not take long to outstrip our feeble powers. They would be able to converse with each other to sharpen their wits. At some stage, therefore, we should have to expect the machines to take control.
We all assume that OpenAI has not yet experienced their atomic detonation of AGI, but consider a time before there was an arms race between every company to create the best AI model. Doesn't that sound familiar? Where just one revelation sparked the ending of worlds?